Do you ever get to the end of your week and feel like your life is being lived for everyone else? Your energy's drained, your time isn't your own, and your yes has become an automatic reflex, even when it costs you your peace. I used to believe that saying yes to everything made me a good, helpful person, but I learned that every resentful yes to someone else was a silent, crushing no to myself, a no to my own rest, my own priorities, and my own well-being. In this episode, inspired by the game-changing book Essentialism, we explore the most powerful and underestimated tool for your freedom, a gentle, graceful, and absolutely necessary no. Join me, and let's learn how to reclaim your life one boundary at a time. A few years ago, a colleague asked if I could help with a last-minute project. It was a big ask. It would mean sacrificing my entire weekend. My intuition, my gut, screamed no. I was already exhausted and I knew my own important work would suffer. But then the other voice chimed in, the people pleaser. They'll be disappointed if you say no. They'll think you're not a team player. Just do it this one time. It's easier than having the awkward conversation. And so I heard myself say the words, "Of course, happy to help." I spent that entire weekend feeling resentful, overwhelmed, and angry, mostly at myself. The work I produced was mediocre, and my relationship with that colleague was strained by my unspoken frustration. My automatic yes had created a lose-lose situation. I had chosen to be a nice guy instead of an honest one, and we all paid the price. This is the disease to please. It's the deeply ingrained belief that our worth is tied to our utility to others. We find it so hard to say no because we're terrified of the unspoken consequences. We might disappoint someone, we might create conflict, we might be seen as selfish. So we sacrifice our own peace on the altar of other people's expectations. But what if saying no wasn't an act of selfishness, but a crucial act of wisdom and self-preservation? In his transformative book, Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, Greg McKeown argues that the most successful and fulfilled people are not the ones who do more, but the ones who do less. They have learned to distinguish the vital few from the trivial many, and the primary tool for this is the power of a graceful no. McKeown reminds us that the word priority was originally singular. For centuries, it meant the one single most important thing. It is only in modern times that we started talking about priorities, as if we could have dozens of things that are most important. The essentialist knows this is an illusion. To combat this illusion, McKeown offers a powerful mental model directly from his book, the 90% rule. It works like this. When you are evaluating an opportunity or a request, score it on a scale of 0 to 100 based on how much it aligns with your core values and goals. Here's the critical part. If you score it anything less than a 90, you are to treat it as a 0 and reject it. This rule is designed to save you from the trap of pretty good opportunities that end up cluttering your life and draining your energy. It forces you to replace the vague question, "Is this worth doing?" with the much sharper question, "Is this the absolute most important thing I could be doing with my time and resources right now?" If it is not a clear and enthusiastic hell yes, then it must be a clear and firm no. But knowing you should say no and actually doing it are two different things. This is where the practical genius of McKeown's work shines. He provides strategies for saying no gracefully without damaging relationships. He suggests we learn to separate the decision from the relationship. You can say, "I value our friendship so much, and my respect for you is why I need to be honest. I can't take this on right now." He also points out the power of the awkward pause. We often rush to fill the silence after we say no, offering a long list of excuses that only weakens our position. McKeown advises just saying, "I'm sorry, I'm not able to do that," and then waiting. More often than not, the other person will simply accept it. Another strategy is the no-but approach. I can't help you with your project this weekend, but I have a free hour next Tuesday if you'd like to brainstorm. This affirms your willingness to help, but on your own terms. What is one thing you said yes to this month that was not a 90% for you? What was the real cost of that yes? This reframes the entire concept of boundaries. As therapist Nedra Glover Talwa teaches, a lack of boundaries is what creates resentment and burnout, which are the true poisons in any relationship. A clear and honest no is ultimately much kinder than a resentful and unenthusiastic yes. Boundaries are not walls you build to keep people out. They are fences you build to protect the valuable things inside: your time, your energy, your focus, and your peace of mind. Every time you say a resentful yes, what are you implicitly saying no to? Your family, your health, your own important work. All the internal work we have done in this series, understanding our past, quieting our inner critic, and building new habits, is for naught if we let the external world dictate our lives. Setting boundaries is the practical, real-world application of self-respect. It is the moment you stop being a passive reactor to the demands of the world and become the active, conscious curator of your own life. Every gentle no you speak is not a rejection of others, but a powerful affirmation of yourself. It doesn't close doors. It creates the sacred space you need to walk through the right ones. You teach people how to treat you by what you are willing to accept. The most important work you can do is to decide what is essential and have the courage to eliminate everything else. This week, I invite you to find one small, low-stakes opportunity to practice a gentle no. It could be declining a social invitation you're not excited about. It could be telling a colleague you can't help with something until tomorrow. Try using one of the graceful scripts. I'd love to, but I'm overcommitted right now. Then, simply stop. Notice that the world does not end, and feel the space and peace that you have just created for yourself. Thank you for joining me on the Freedom Equation. Protect your peace.